Hi everyone. So I was just looking at YouTube again. That's where I look for my videos to react. And I stumbled upon one of Silverquill's videos about the Crusaders of the Lost Mark, and I was like, it was, I mean, I don't have like favorites, but it is probably like one of my enjoyed episodes. And I thought, why not? Let's just react to it. But hopefully after like all my placement stuff is like completely done, then I'll probably like react to more videos or whatever. Um so I am ready to start, and yeah, after this, and like I'll edit my videos another time as well. But yeah, if you guys do see this, I hopefully I'll be making more frequently, I guess. I'll try, because yeah, but we'll see what happens throughout placement, because it might be like an everyday situation and I might only have the weekend. Um, yeah, but anyway, let's get started on reacting to this video. No wasting time. This is a bit long, but yeah, so hopefully good reactions. I'll try, but I'm probably just gonna watch it. All right, here we go. Um,
So, turns out that I have a lot to say about this episode, even before I knew it was going to air.
The biggest mistake with these characters was the showstoppers, where we learned what their special talents were before they did. That's not great for dramatic tension. You know, I never really cared about Diamond Tiara. When she first appeared, I recognized that she was going to be a bratty character with next to zero potential for growth. For me, this feels like the Crusaders have taken their first real step towards earning their marks. Sorry about this, kiddo, but let's face it, you were going to go to hell sooner or later. Toodles!
Some ask when Apple Bloom and Company will stop investing energy worrying about the hazing from two ponies who aren't worth acknowledging. The answer is when the writers decide it's time to take these two out of the show. Because once the Crusaders take back that power from the bullies have no reason to exist. I gotta say, the cutie mark Crusaders are usually more interesting when they aren't pursuing their cutie marks, because the real struggle is to understand themselves. I really need to reevaluate my life. Well, at least I had a better mic for that part. Anyway, here comes Crusaders of the Lost Mark to stand in defiance of some of my claims. Shall I yield to show canon, or shall we agree to disagree? Let's find out. Musicals. In my time within this fandom, I've learned one simple rule. If it's a musical, duck and cover because it's about to go down. Episodes like Magical Mystery Cure and this episode made me realize how musicals are a mixed bag. On the one hand, the music can offer some truly memorable pieces, and it helps abridge storytelling. You can cover a large series of events in one musical montage, or flesh out a character's motives and introspection through song. Because these events are non-diegetic, no one really questions them. What's non-diegetic, you ask? Well, I talked about this very briefly back in Season 4. Everyday sounds that come from physical sources are diegetic. A slamming door, a bouncing ball, a flugelhorn.
yes, Pinky.
All of these have a physical source, but the tune that accompanies a musical piece does not. Thus, it is not technically part of the show's physical world, and it invites the audience to allow more suspension of disbelief. We don't wonder why characters are suddenly breaking into song because we already accepted that the music is coming from elsewhere. And yes, it also sets the stage for some nice meta humor.
Besides, I can't take any more singing. Should we sing about it again? But we're winners! And we have hearts!
The flip side of musicals is that the speed can undermine a big change. The audience can feel as though they've been rushed through a transition that deserved more time and focus. This episode is going to tackle a lot, starting with 4 simple words.
Cutie Mark Crusaders! Help!
My. Pipsqueak gets to feature once again in an important role. Good on ya, little guy.
I'm running for student pony president!
My. Reviewing an episode featuring a school-level election during a tumultuous national political period? What could go wrong?
Ooh.
Oh, dang it.
And
So, Pip, how would you help the school if you were elected student pony president?
Well, let's take a look at his card from the official MLP game. When I'm elected, we'll build a wall around the playground, and the school board is going to pay for it. That's always encouraged. Oh. Oops. I'm sorry, child. I didn't mean to draw you into the dark quagmire of politics. You're not the pony version of Trump or any other politician. For starters, you've got to catch your theme song.
Don't be...
Oh, yeah. That's the other downside to musicals. With YouTube's copyright system being what it is, I'm not confident I can use clips. It's still in the spirit of fair use, but that doesn't matter. I mean, why do you think I bought a subscription to a royalty-free music library?
YouTube and copyright, so...
So stop following me around! Pipsqueak, attack! Anywho, Pipsqueak's got a rival for the position in the form of Diamond Tiara. Let's compare their platforms, shall we?
Our playground equipment took quite a beating during Twilight's battle with Tyrek. I'll go to the school board and right this wrong.
Continuity.
Because I convinced the school board to give that window visual appeal.
Of course, it doesn't hurt that her mother, spoiled rich, is president of the school board.
It's the
Thankfully, Pip's election song streamlines this process because on its own, a junior political story wouldn't really fly. I can say this with confidence because I've seen something similar back in the day. Allow me to share a bit of my own childhood and the TV show Kids Incorporated. You want to talk about musical copyright? Picture a slice of life show where kids sing covers of pop songs every episode. The show was in a similar vein as My Little Pony as it tried to teach morals and lessons through stories. The episode Mr. President featured one of the characters entering a student election against a bratty, stuck-up rival.
Hey, Reggie, what are you gonna promise us? I promise to do the best job I possibly can.
And of course he won because he was nice and the girl was mean. It was a very clean-cut, be honest and nice parable, but maybe too simplified. The lead character never had to prove himself in the role because it was forgotten by the next episode. That's why I appreciate what Crusaders the Lost Mark does. In this episode, Pipsqueak wins less than 7 minutes in, and there will be consequences. Starting with old Diamond Tiara, who mouthed off at her best friend.
You didn't vote for me? No, I didn't.
How long had fans dreamed of the day when Silver Spoon would break ranks? I know folks hope for it after Family Appreciation Day, in which Silver Spoon seemed more willing to go along with others than Diamond Tiara. But I think the idea was there before. Why? Because Silver Spoon was never the planner. She always followed Diamond Tiara's lead, even when that meant being cruel. So it's gratifying to see her step out from Diamond Tiara's lead and assert herself as an individual. Of course, without her one constant companion, Diamond Tiara's officially bottomed out.
You want to know how? Sorry, I'm not allowed to speak.
Dang, I'ma call you Silver Sass.
I know Diamond Tiara's been pretty awful, but we should probably make sure she's okay.
Okay. Forget cutie marks. Can we get these 3 halos? Maybe a little sainthood? I mean, this is the pony who has done her best to make them miserable at every turn. They've gotten to bask in her defeat for all of 3 seconds before they acknowledge...
Just because she's never cared about any pony else's feelings doesn't mean we shouldn't care about hers.
In so many ways, this is the healthiest attitude they could take. We can't control how other people act, but we can master our own actions. And before folks might dismiss this as something only preached to children, we're still trying to convey this message to people much later in life. Case in point...
I'm not doing this because I want to beat someone, or because I hate someone, or because I want to blame someone. It's not because it's fun. God knows it's not because it's easy. It's not even because it works, because it hardly ever does. I do what I do because it's right, because it's decent, and above all, it's kind. Just kind.
See, kids? Your kindness is ranked up there with a guy who's been at this for over a millennia. Yet time is indeed a factor here. This episode is moving between points so fast that I feel we haven't had a moment to process one event before another begins. Yet ultimately I celebrate Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, and Sweetie Belle's empathy. Which brings us to the most unlikely of events, Diamond Tiara's reformation, which is no small feat since we've had 4 seasons to bear witness to her as a spoiled and malicious brat.
The time has come for finger pointing, and most of them are squarely aimed at the parent.
Yeah.
But imagine if you lost one of those blank flakes.
So this is Diamond Tiara's mother, Spoiled Rich. Since Filthy Rich is a pretty decent guy, Equestria Girls version aside, I guess the staff figured that her mother would be the better—
Oh, sweet Mama Jama, what is wrong with her snout?
Sorry, that slipped out. Anyway, we're at the point where we're supposed to transplant all the ill will from Diamond Tiara towards her mother. But here's the thing. Spoiled Rich didn't tell her daughter to blackmail the CMC. She didn't say, corrupt that pony from Manhattan. She certainly didn't instruct Diamond Tiara to go after Scootaloo's inability to fly. I can accept the idea that bad parenting contributed to Diamond Tiara's outlook, but that doesn't absolve her. Her actions are still her own. She can say that no one showed her a better way, but there were all these other families around just showing by example. I think it's more she wasn't willing to look. Yet of all the many redemptions we've witnessed in this show, Diamond Tiara's may be the most natural. There's no magical reformation, threat of retaliation, or even the life and death stakes from Gilda's reformation. Just the pony being forced to look at the consequences and realizing that she can't shift the blame. In a way, losing that election was the best thing that could have happened to her. And it's no small act of courage to look at oneself and acknowledge that something is lacking. That's the first step towards fixing it. Step 2 is apparently the second most epic frown in the show, after Rainbow Dash. But they barely got a moment to just talk with the girl before Pipsqueak comes in.
I was at the school board meeting and they didn't approve my request for the new playground equipment.
So Pipsqueak ran on a platform where he made over-the-moon promises that he couldn't uphold, as now having to bring in third parties to fix things? Yep, he's ready for a career in politics. So we get a musical chase scene. How often do you get to say that? And again, this is a more kid-friendly version of questions other stories tackle. You've got one character at a watershed choice that could save or condemn them. Also, the Crusaders appear to possess teleportation powers and uncanny coordination. You tried running backwards. It won't end well.
Socializing with their kind is not how you move up in a quest.
Got to deal with it.
Okay, that's it. Reality check time. Hi there. I think you need a little education. Fortunately, I brought a visual aid.
Oh gosh. Oh, are we gonna watch it too?
Say there, young socialite. You look like someone who's moving up in the world.
I want to marry money so I never have to work an honest day.
Well said. Then maybe you should consider the latest and greatest social tool, nepotism. Opening doors to opportunities you never knew existed. With just the right relations, you can find yourself being invited to fancy parties, lodging in premier locations, and having the chance to hobnob with the flakiest of the upper crust.
Sounds neat, but I don't have any upper crust relations.
Worry not, future disappointment. All you need to do is cozy up with a friend of the higher-ups. Get on good terms, and before you know it, you'll be rubbing elbows with royalty and riches galore.
Wait a minute. Didn't the main six earn all that by, saving the world?
Fair point, young squire. But let me ask you this. If a firefighter saved you from a burning building, would you give that person a spot on a Broadway show?
No, that'd be silly.
Tell that to all the candlelight acting companies that didn't get to perform on Housewarming Eve. Even national heroines can benefit from the wonders of nepotism.
I'm sold. So what do I do?
First, a word of warning. It's vitally important that you not spoil your chances by picking the wrong fights. Under no circumstances should you risk alienating the friends and relations of high rollers. That means not insulting family members or trying to rub your own social status in their faces. Because just as you're trying to socialize your way into a better life, so is every other opportunist. You don't want to give them a reason to throw you under the bus. Play your cards right and you can benefit from nepotism. All the right opportunities for all the wrong reasons. So, yeah. You're dumb. Like, really dumb. You're insulting the siblings of 3 national heroines and Princess Twilight's protégés while going on about social advancement. I hope you enjoy being a moderate mackerel in the shallows, because you just made enemies of the really big fish. Anyway, Diamond Tiara finally makes the right choice, because we've only got a few minutes left in this here episode.
But then I finally realized I
wanted something you don't have. Friends!
This pony is overgasped.
Obviously, I've known since I got my cutie mark that my talent is getting other ponies to do what I want. I just asked my father if he could donate the money for the new playground equipment.
My goodness, that was swift.
Hang on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My mom called me before, and I had to go eat lunch. So I went, and so hopefully, I don't know how the editing is gonna go now, but I'm just gonna hopefully get back in around the same area and finish off the video. So there might be some overlap, but hopefully, when I edit this video, it should be okay. So, alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
This pony is overgasped.
Obviously, I've known since I got my cutie mark that my talent is getting other ponies to do what I want. I just asked my father if he could donate the money for the new playground equipment.
My goodness, that was swift. Again, the biggest hurdle for this episode is that we're moving point to point with barely a moment to breathe. No sooner is Diamond Tiara siding with the Crusaders than she's got a whole new playground set up. Plus, she's made friends with the strongest filly in Equestria. And we're still not done.
Want to just focus on helping others find their cutie marks?
Yeah!
Now, this is a topic I'll save for a supplement video, because it's a big to-do. But at the same time, it is a relief to put this issue to bed. No more gonna get our cutie mark storyline, because that was usually the Crusaders' least appealing idea. They're way more fun and endearing when they're tackling a challenge as themselves, without ulterior motives. And though there is the promise of adventures to come, we wouldn't really get to see the next stage or further development until the next season. The same can be said for Diamond Tiara, who has appeared much happier in the background of several episodes, but as of Season 7's end, she has not yet had another speaking role. So as the Crusaders get to celebrate their victory, what can I say about this episode? It started out as just a normal Crusaders episode, shifted to developing their two antagonists into something more, closed the book on one phase of their lives while promising a new adventure, and somewhere in the middle, the fillies and colts of their class got to take part in an episode again. Haven't had that since Twilight Time. Speaking of princesses, how do you think Luna feels? She got to mentor each of them at least once throughout the series, and now she gets to see them mature. I'm betting she's pleased as can be. I too am pleased with this episode. It did a lot, and I appreciate that it kept flipping around expectations. That's not to say that the rushed pace isn't noticeable. I wonder what might have happened if the staff had had more episodes to develop all this. In the end, I accept that this is a show that can feature arcs, but each episode must function as a self-contained story. So Crusaders of the Lost Mark accomplished a lot with little time to spare, and I'm glad we got to see the Crusaders achieve their goal. Plus, I can appreciate their cutie mark's aerodynamic nature. I'm Silver Quill. Thanks for watching.
Yay! Nice. All these artworks, like props to everyone for like making these up. Not only just for like Silverwood, but like for other like people who like, you know, big channels, and then they have like, their Patreons or whatever, and they have these like beautiful artworks. Like it is amazing. Yay! Okay. Nice. All right. I mean, yeah, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but this is also just like a first time blind reaction to a Silver Quill episode. Now, we did actually watch some of his previously before, like it popped up on my feed. I was like, whoa. Also, because like after he was on Brony's React, and I was like, oh, maybe we should like check out, some of them on. Yeah, so that was it after the fact. Crusaders of the Last Mark. So I do apologize with like the really big cut in the middle, and oh gosh, I'm gonna have a hard time getting the right editing for the video to match, hopefully match my camera or my phone here recording right now. Um, some thoughts. I mean, it's not a lot because it's more like a review. Um, but yeah, there were some parts that feel like, oh yeah, very true. um, yeah, I feel like my videos are really, really long, but hopefully, yeah, again, I'm just saying again, hopefully my editing process is actually fine, and you as the viewers who are still watching, thank you, but hopefully the places should be all good. Um, Apologies for those ads that just popped up, like there was three of them. Glad it wasn't like the full-on videos, but it was just the little things. Those ones are okay, but I feel like there should be like videos where it's like an actual reaction instead of just me kind of like figuring out, oh, I'll watch this, but maybe I should blind react to it because that's what I'm doing right now, and I feel like it's really boring. And from my previous video that I made, I do want it to be more like my viewer centric, even though what I only have like 5 subscribers, but I do have some ideas on what I can react to. Yeah, so this has gone too long. Alright, this is for real now. See ya. Bye.